Love and the Green Bay Packers also impressed a lot of people. Right now, the Lions are the favorites to win the NFC North for the second year in a row. The Packers are next at plus 225, while the Bears are 3-1 and the Vikings are 9-1. Shannon, do you have the Lions or the Packers winning the NFC North, bro?
Man, I really love what the Lions are doing. But, man, Jordan Love, man, after what I saw him do, and these young receivers are only going to get better. Man, and they got Josh Jacobs to run the football, so they're going to be able to run the football, I believe, a little bit better than what they ran it with Aaron Jones, and he still can catch the ball out of the backfield. Man, I love the Lions. I think I'm going to take the Packers over the Lions. They're going to spring the upset, Bart.
Before they come after you, Aaron Jones is in Minnesota. You're talking about A.J. Dillon. You know, man, before the Twitter bot started.
No, but they replaced Aaron Jones with Josh Jacobs, who can run the ball a little better. I know A.J. Dillon is still there, but they replaced him. Aaron Jones was their utility guy. He could run the ball, could catch it, and I believe Josh Jacobs can do all those things, especially run the ball better. I don't know if he's the receiver, but he can catch it.
Listen, the Lions were fighting left-handed last year. Right, Aaron Glenn didn't have no horses in the stable, man. He had wet paper bags out there on the defensive side of the ball. What do? They go out there, they got Carlton Davis, they draft Teron Arnold, right? They go out and get DJ Reader, who was a beast, and then they get Davenport to balance up the rushing attack. So now you talk about a complete team that's going to play with a level of physicality that represents its city and represents its coach. Like, so if they won last year 12-4, and I know you can say that they got better, but you talk about, you don't think Laporta's going to be better as a rookie who almost had 1,000 yards receiving? You talk about the running backs.
Oh, for sure.
Right, so you talk about David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. That's one of the best dynamic dudes in all of football. And Jameis Winston is just scratching the surface to be able to blow the top off the defense. So where's this team vulnerable at? This is a team that, because of some sketchy coaching in San Francisco, going for it instead of securing the points, should have won that game. And then they lost some people on the offensive line. They went out and got Kevin Zeitler to kind of fill that void. This team plays with a level of physicality that now their defense can play with the same physicality as their offense on the other side. They're going all the way to the championship, man. You can write that down. The What Up Doe's finally going to get that shine. A broken clock is right twice a day, and this garbage can finally going to get a steak. My dad going to be happy.
That's just CC. You brought in your emotions.
Yeah.
You even brought in your family. You brought in all of that stuff. And that's where your argument's diluted. But I'm going to still roll with
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
I'm going to still roll with him, though, Shay. I'm going to still roll with him on these Detroit Lions because I'm thinking about second team in NFL history last year to have at least 4 players score 10 or more touchdowns. David Montgomery, Jamal Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and, of course, Sam Laporta. You know, only the 2013 Broncos had 5 players score 10 or more TDs. That's just a little nugget of information for y'all right there. But here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at their personnel. I'm looking at the fact that they've basically overhauled their defense, which ranked 19th in yards and 23 in points allowed last season. That's not the same defense we're expecting to see this year. I'm also going to give love and credit to Dan Campbell, who I'm very, very fond of and I think has changed the culture. Here's what makes things interesting, where it's really a toss-up between Green Bay and Detroit, fellas. When you look at Detroit right now, was it a one-hit wonder? Do you know how to play now with the first time having expectations? Remember, they won 2 playoff games in a season last year. In a playoff season last year, they won 2 playoff games. That was the first time they did that since 1957. I mean, this franchise is not accustomed to prosperity. So now that you were just knocking on the door of a Super Bowl championship berth, all right, and you got that close, and now the expectations are there. How are the Detroit Lions going to respond to that, Shannon? I think that's a question. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, Bart. I know you think it's Motown and they're just gonna have hit after hit after hit, but that ain't the case, bro. and for everybody out there, Bart Scott is from Detroit, so that's why he's picking his hometown team, because he knows he wouldn't be able to go back if he didn't. He think he's slick.
There we go. You have 15 seconds, Bart Scott. 15 seconds.
Well, first of all, they had expectations because, remember, the way they finished the season the year before. So living up to expectations, that was last year that they dealt with the expectations. They're the only one in that division that has a quarterback that has played in a Super Bowl and has taken a team to the Super Bowl. So they have the experience. Can Jordan Love live up to their expectations and the fact that now there's film out there and people are going to adjust to the way that they play?
This year's NFC North is not just another division race, it's a battle royale, a clash of titans where only the strongest will survive. The Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers are locked in a fierce competition, and this isn't just about football, it's about legacy, redemption, and proving who truly belongs at the top. The Lions are stepping into this season with high expectations, ready to shake off decades of disappointment. But can they handle the pressure? And what about the Packers? They're in the midst of a transition with Jordan Love stepping into the spotlight. Will he rise to the occasion, or will the Packers crumble without their longtime leader, Aaron Rodgers? One thing is certain, this season will determine the future of these two storied franchises. The stakes have never been higher. The Detroit Lions are no longer the underdog. They're the team everyone is watching. Last season, they shocked the NFL by coming within inches of a Super Bowl berth. Dan Campbell has built a team that plays with relentless energy, and for the first time in a long time, the Lions are being taken seriously. But here's the question no one can ignore: are the Lions ready to carry the weight of expectations? This isn't just about having a good team anymore. This is about proving that they can win when everyone is counting on them. Yes, they've got star power. Jameson Williams is back, healthy and hungry, and their defense has been bolstered with key additions. But we've seen this story before. The Lions have been in this position before, only to fall apart when the pressure became too much. History is not on their side. One slip, one misstep, and it could all unravel. Can the Lions finally break free from their past, or are they doomed to repeat the same mistakes? The pressure is mounting, and the entire NFL is watching. Detroit has the talent, but do they have the mental toughness to survive the grind of a full season with the target on their backs? Expectations are a double-edged sword, and the Lions are walking a razor-thin line between success and disaster. On the other side of this battle stands the Green Bay Packers, a team in transition, but one that is far from defeated. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is gone, and yes, the Packers are facing a new reality. But let's not forget who the Packers are. This is a team built on tradition, on resilience, and on the relentless pursuit of excellence. Now, the weight of that legacy falls on the shoulders of Jordan Love. Jordan Love isn't just stepping into a starting role, he's stepping into the most scrutinized position in the NFL. The shadow of Aaron Rodgers looms large, and every throw, every decision will be judged against the legacy of one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the game. But this isn't just about filling shoes, this is about creating a new era in Green Bay. The Packers have something that can't be underestimated: hunger. They've been written off by many, but that's exactly where they thrive. Jordan Love knows what's at stake. He knows that this season could define not only his career, but the future of the entire Packers franchise. The Packers aren't just playing for wins, they're playing to prove that they're still a force to be reckoned with in the NFC North, and that makes them incredibly dangerous. So here we are, two teams on a collision course, both with everything to gain and everything to lose. The Detroit Lions are trying to prove that they can live up to the hype, that they can finally become the team everyone believes they can be. But the weight of expectations is heavy, and history has shown us that the Lions don't always fare well under that kind of pressure. One bad game, one critical mistake, and the narrative could shift quickly. Can they handle it? Or will they crumble under the weight of their newfound status as favorites? Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers are in a very different position. They've been counted out, dismissed as a team in decline without Aaron Rodgers. But that's exactly why they're so dangerous. With nothing to lose and everything to prove, the Packers are playing with a fire that few teams can match. Jordan Love is stepping into the biggest challenge of his career, but he's not doing it alone. This team believes in him, and they're ready to fight tooth and nail to reclaim their place at the top of the division. This is more than just a divisional race. This is a battle for the soul of the NFC North. The Lions are the new kids on the block, hungry for respect, while the Packers are the old guard, determined to prove they're not finished yet. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the consequences couldn't be more severe. The winner of this battle will not only claim the NFC North crown, but also set the tone for the future of their franchise. The loser, they'll be left picking up the pieces, wondering where it all went wrong. This isn't just a football season, this is a fight for survival. The Detroit Lions are on the cusp of something great, but greatness isn't given, it's earned. Can they handle the pressure of being the favorite, or will they falter under the weight of expectations? On the other side, the Green Bay Packers are hungry, determined, and playing with nothing to lose. Jordan Love is out to prove that he's the future of this franchise, and the Packers are ready to fight for every inch. This NFC North showdown will define the season. It's more than just a game, it's a battle for respect, for pride, and for the future. Will the Lions finally break free from their past, or will the Packers rise from the ashes and reclaim their throne? One thing is for sure, this is going to be a war, and when the dust settles, only one team will be left standing. Get ready for the fight of the season, because this NFC North battle is about to get intense.